he's found a treasure map of some sorts, and to follow him. And of course, we don't know how completely honest he is, but he's got a group who has his back, and we have Yuli joining Sam, Jean, Elise, Gavin, Noah, and Jack into the wild.
All right, so off we'll go, and as most adventures go, this is what you expect for a party of 7. Now, this would be usually 7 different people, but instead of putting a billion voices around the table right now, we'd like to just show you and lay out the materials and stuff we go. But after the long rest, after the off season, you'll notice everyone's health is back to order. They've acquired whatever enlightenments they've gotten, and they're ready to go. The girders propped up. After basically the end of a day's travel, they're sort of out in the middle of the wooded area of the elven forest, and in front of them they see this wounded, large, giant creature, kind of like, looks like he's peering around. You notice he's got some cuts and wounds on him that are bleeding, look fresh, and he seems to be just, wandering around looking in trees and trying to find stuff. He's moving around. Party sees him. He doesn't seem to pay any attention, or he really isn't aware that they're there. So it goes to the initiative of party of what do they want to do, if any.
Hey, something shiny over in the bushes over there. Come with me, guys. He sees this thing.
So the party spots something that looks like a very large battle axe. And when he looks over at the giant, he says the giant seems to have torn up a tree sapling, branches and everything else. He's just kind of wandering around looking at it. You notice that there are a couple dead-looking creatures on the ground that kind of look squished. And as you go over here, you also find what looks like a large frog that has wearing clothing and stuff, and he's lying dead with this axe in his back. At this point, the giant does seem to notice you guys and said, "Hey, you guys, you find my axe?"
Is this your axe? It's stuck in the back of this frog creature.
"Oh, you're not going to steal my axe, are you?"
No, much too big for us to swing.
All right, well,
we try to get it out of the frog's back.
As you pull it out, you kind of get the sense that this is a really finely made, very old, intricate weapon. You notice that it's got scratches and grips at it, but no chips out of the blade, and it seems to have this sort of super sharpness to it. And it's like, ooh, this looks like a really nice item. Now, the fact that it weighs about 35, 40 pounds makes it a little difficult for the party to think about even considering wielding it. But he starts to move forward to investigate. Do you want to do anything? You notice he seems wounded, kind of severely. Maybe you guys could take him, grab his gear, and run for it. What would you like to do?
Hey, Noah, offer to help him. He looks like he's bleeding and hurt now. I think some of my party members are going to be a little sheepish about approaching this giant. We could smash him in one hit.
Yeah, that could indeed be the case.
So we're going to have to get somebody with some tongue. Maybe our mage can try to portray peace. And I think I have a skill that allows me to try that.
Okay, then he starts to step forward. He's got the weapon at ready because it looks like I said, he's got this tree he tore up, and he seems like he's coming forward to maybe, get into a situation. At this point, your rogue, you got a rogue or is a ranger?
We got a rogue and a scout.
A scout. Your scout definitely spots it. There's other creatures obviously hiding in that wooded area. You see them coming out now at a fairly quick pace. And they seem very much like this dead one here and think that maybe you're trying to steal their kill. Oh. So they basically come running out of a jaunt and move and defend themselves.
We're going to announce to this giant, watch your back. There's something approaching. Does he understand us pretty good?
He doesn't seem like the smartest thing in the world. At this point, he's more focused that you might be looking to steal his special little accent thing there. And you're not sure what his position is. Maybe he's part of this group. Maybe he's the leader of this group, and he's about to ambush you. It's hard to say. You guys can anybody have any special mental skills that might give them an alertness of ambush or trap?
So My fighter has a leadership role-playing skill that says he might be able to convince this guy to join our cause. Normally that would be ease.
Well, you're going to get at
difficult with
least
this
one.
guy?
Yeah, you're going to get a difficulty die because he doesn't know you.
Okay.
And you know.
So my fighter's going to attempt then with 1 degree of difficulty because of this giant's way or lack of intelligence or whatever it might be, and then we'll see how that flies.
Well, more disregard. Go ahead and make the roll. See what you get.
It's good, but misses mental by 1.
Misses your mental.
Yep.
Okay.
Because it was difficult with this guy, so we missed by
so
1.
He stops, but he does hear. Wait, watch your back. So you see him. He kind of stops, and he goes. He sees his weapon. He sees this oncoming rush of these little frogmen, and he thinks, "Oh, you ambushing me and steal my stuff?"
We'll back up.
Okay.
Everybody backs up because we want to portray that this is your weapon. We don't want to touch it. He backs way up. So
this guy doesn't seem to be a brainiac, and since you've moved away, if you try another roll on the same type of thing, you will have an advantage. You realize that you're not aggressively attacking. But let's do that first. It's my NPC movement. They seem to have picked up the pace. They're not charging. They don't want to take.
They're trying to be on their toes.
Right, because if they had moved 8, then if you had fired an arrow at them or anything, any sort of aggressive action at them, you would have had an ease die.
Right.
And, within the frame of the rules, it's, a really dangerous type thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it kind of.
Well, guys, we might have a fight on our hands here, one way or another.
So at this point, all the little frogmen have moved up here. They seem hostile. The giant, who, like I said, you can definitely see has wounds on him at this point that are fresh, kind of turns and bellows at them in a dark voice. And he's looking to get ready for a fight here, and he's kind of giving you the hairy eyeball at the same time, not quite sure if he made a big mistake getting stuck in the middle of 2 enemies. Goes to your round.
They say, let's help the giant. And we did my fighter matched his ability to show joining the cause.
Okay. So, at this point, we'll make him an ally. You can tell me what he wants to do basically, just basic ideas. Well, no real complicated, I'll just go ahead and roll for him. Now,
I would say too, what does he want us to do? I mean, we can take his.
He's not gonna. He isn't really sharp enough to more like to give any commands. He's kind of a dullard. I mean, he's a giant. He's big and he's strong. And he depends on his big, strong strength to get through it. You can see that here as you look at this. There's more than likely 2 or 3 more dead frog people lying there. So it looks like he's already been in a fight with these people.
Okay.
It's hard to say whether he's interested in you helping him as much as. He does sort of turn his back more to the point of he's more afraid of them because he knows they're hostile and not quite sure. It's hard to say with giants how they're going to act. And again, you guys are pretty new characters, so I don't think you've run into too much. But what he does on his turn is he goes 1 and then pays the penalty to move into it and use his action to pick up his axe. Now he's switched off of using this tree stump, which he drops, and now has his 2-handed blade. Yeah, that thing's really sharp. And that's what he does is his action. It's your action.
All right, so we are going to move 4 so that we can have action if necessary.
All right.
1, 2, 3, 4. Where's my defender? 1, 2, 3, 4. He can go 6.
Okay, but he won't have anything else he can do.
That's right.
There's no penalties on anything, but nothing else he can do.
And with his 4, since he has a motion, this is my fighter, he's going to roll with ease what they call a taunt. So he's going to basically try to draw some attention.
Okay.
And he fails that.
Got it. They're not overly... With the giant there, they don't seem to be overly impressed by your taunt.
He's going to stay here, and he's going to throw a bless. I'm going to move these in order this way. He's going to throw a bless on the fighter since he's in the front.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds fair. And 13 should work.
Okay.
Yeah, he's good with the bless.
Now, we don't have any blessed chits here with us, do we, today? We're playing a little short-handed on gear.
That's
so
right.
Just remember that you've got a bless
Yeah,
on.
I got a bless on him, which gives him a degree of ease on his next defense, if there is a defense next round. My rogue is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Stand along the tree line. He's going to be ready to act. She's going to get close. She's not going to be able to focus spell because she's moving.
Yeah.
But she's going to stay here, and then she's going to go. Let's see if she can get between the tree line. 1, 2, 3. Let's go here. She might have a sight to shoot in between the trees.
Maybe, but you're gonna have at least one degree of difficulty here because trying to shoot through the trees.
All right,
And then at this point, you're gonna be completely obscured because of the giants. So you need to get either left or right.
That would be her.
Got it. Yes, I'm gonna agree. She has a degree of difficulty.
Okay, so let her shoot first with 1 degree of difficulty. That'll put her straight up, and then he's going to inspire the party with ease. But I'll shoot first.
Okay. Now, is party in the party with these? Did he get an enlightenment on that?
No. So with this guy, he gets to do. I wrote it down. This is my bard, right?
Yeah.
If he's just inspiring one person, it's 2 degrees of ease. If he's inspiring everybody within sound, 1 degree of ease.
Okay.
So he's just basically playing a tune. We can do this, rock and roll. You guys got this. So her shot is going to be 15. That's pretty good.
That's with difficulty, right?
Yes.
Okay.
She's in her lane.
Got it. Who are you shooting at?
She gets, let's see.
I need a target before you give me the dice, the damage.
7, 8. Right here.
Got one of those guys. Got it. That's what I
And
wanted
it's
to know.
8 points.
8 points.
8 points.
That's a good shot. Good hit. Still up.
And, he's doing his 1 degree to inspire everybody, which happened to be after she shot, but that's fine. 10, bard. He didn't inspire.
Okay.
So that's it for us, and then I'll start going down the line so it's easier to remember.
Right. Okay.
Now it would be. Do we have any defenses? I would say.
Yeah, you will. It goes to me.
Okay.
They made their movement. There are no actions they have ready. Unless you guys have anything else, it's going to go to Monster Mambo.
Yeah. If I don't have anything to defend, I'd roll for defense if we're getting shot
Okay.
at.
All right. The badly wounded one.
So just so everybody knows, I was assuming we had the initiative, possibly.
At this point, you still
Because
have the
we might
initiative.
have
There
been
is
allying
nothing
with
on
him.
this party that indicates that they're going to have an initiative over you yet.
We are level 2 as a group. Are they level 3?
They are.
So we would have defended first if there was anything to defend.
No, I mean, because you have leadership.
No, but that gives us 1 point.
Right. I still think we were still working on that, but yes, at this point you're correct. We will give you 1 level.
So we're going to assume that we had the initiative.
You do?
We acted first.
You did.
Now I'm asking, do we have anything to defend
No.
before the Mambo? Okay,
No.
Mambo.
Going to Mambo. Okay, so this guy uses his special ability on movement, which means he leaps into the air like a giant frog and lands here.
Whoa.
He makes an immediate movement attack on this, which is out of normal function in the rolls, but this is part of his movement phase. He leaps 8 and knocks down, which is a save versus physical.
Physical, that's my fighter.
Right.
Let's go. I save versus physical.
Excellent, which is good because he's going to get an attack also. Not a really good one, but if it knocked you down, it would have been a big benefit to him.
Right.
Not having it, they're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. He doesn't. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're guessing these guys do not have. So basically, they're moving up cautiously. So they're moving up and they're taking what would be a defensive option. So any attacks against them. 1, 2,
And some
3,
creatures
4.
could move more than 4 because they might have a special movement ability.
Well, you saw his
Yeah,
special
he
movement
had a
ability he
leap.
had, which is the frog leap. Now,
That's great.
you can pretty much guess that more than likely, if he can do it, more likely the other
wanna
bigger
move him?
ones could do it.
I can move
He actually seems to be drawing mana.
Nice.
So you can guess at this point, as you notice the little swirling leaves and things, that the wizard sees that wizard and goes, I've seen that before.
Right.
So not knowing necessarily what it is, that was what you're at. They've moved. They've all taken defensive action. This guy does have an attack, but yours will still go
So
first.
on our defense, we're going to be reacting to what he does. Maybe
Right.
special.
Exactly.
And
Now,
then-
he is actually the one you wounded with the arrow. No, this was the one you wounded with the arrow, correct?
I don't know. I think it might have been him.
Yeah, it was this one you wounded with the arrow.
Okay.
So can
A
you
little-
give me
a
a
little,
die, some red dice or something, or just any dice?
Let's do these.
Just for my own edification.
You can have those on the side.
Perfect. And what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to put them there, indicating that they're injured of some sort, and I will keep track of their injuries.
And I love to use these little dice, by the way. I have a whole bag when I'm GMing, so I can keep track of mobs, because mobs are a really easy thing to run in this game.
Got it.
Okay, so he's the one we hit. Now, did the giant have a move and an action?
The giant has a move. He has an action, but he is going to act when your party acts at this point, because he is not a separate entity per se.
Do you want to lead him when it's our action phase? Lead with him?
No, I'm going to let you give me his basic actions. He is hostile to them. They are the ones that obviously have wounded him. He's been in a battle already. He's really happy to have his new little blade back. So we'll see how that works as opposed to the little tree stump he had. And it will go to you. He will act, in this case, last in your group, because he's going to sort of follow your lead, per se. He's also doing that in case you backstab him, that he might turn around and decide to maybe slap you down at the same time. Okay. So there we go. He's not actually officially a party member of yours. So any blesses that go at a party will not affect him at this point unless you absolutely bless or anything him directly, because he's not a party member.
He's going to move here, and he's going to be the defender that he is. This is Gavin using Guardian.
Right.
He's going to take a degree of difficulty on his next defense, but to grant him a degree of ease on his next defense.
Got it.
So that's he's done.
Okay. So at this point, this guy has taken a full defensive stance.
Yep. He's just defending. His action is Guardian, so he's basically saying, okay, I'm going to use my shield for both of us.
I understand that, but I'm saying the creature itself, if you attack it, which is likely going to happen first, he is going to be taking a defensive stance.
All right, so now my fighter is attacking this leaper.
Got it.
Attacking in his lane, he's going to use his 3. Now, you said he's
using his defense.
defending?
That's correct.
So I'm dropping a die?
You are dropping a die.
All right. 16 is excellent, so that's 6 plus 5, 11 points of damage.
He definitely blocks your attack, except for the fact that it took out his intestines while he did it. So he goes down, most definitely dead.
Okay, excellent. But he's going to stay behind the shield. That's good. He's going to stay there.
Okay.
Jean is going to focus spells, so she starts drawing mana in to make
very much like
a powerful spell, just like the other one. She's not moving in order to do that. We're going to the bard. Now the bard is going to try again to play, not even a tune so much as, come on everybody, we can do this. Let's protect this new giant who could possibly be an ally for us. It's a success by 1.
Okay.
So he's able to add a degree of ease to everybody's action.
All right.
This round.
Got it. All right,
and so should he move? No, let's see. He actually wants to get behind the shield a little bit. So he's gonna get hiding. He's really sheepish here. Scout. She is going to slide over here, so she can shoot at this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, and she's in her lane. Any difficulty with this?
Yep, you have 1 difficulty die. They also
because he's little. Oh, okay. Man, I'm rolling good. 13 is a go. We're at.
Who are you shooting?
6 points to the little guy.
6 points?
Yep.
That is sufficient. He goes down.
Nice shot. Next up is...
Now, since we're not using any difficult terrain for bodies, I'm going to leave them here for now, and we'll remove them if you move into them, because there will be a difficult terrain space, cost you additional movement. And that, other than that, that's the deal. So, anything else?
Yep, next up is going to be the priest, followed by the rogue. So let me think of what the priest would typically do here. I think he's just going to bless Gavin. And 14 is a go. So he has 1 ease on his D when we do the defensive round.
Got it.
The last on our action phase is Jack the Rogue. Oh boy. I don't think he wants to get out into trouble too much, but he might. You know what he's going to do? He's going to get up here, tucked in, and take a full defense.
Got it.
So now it's defense round. Do we have any defenses?
You have...
And then, before we defend, he gets to act.
Did we Did I neglect to move these guys this round, or did I move them?
No, we're right on point.
We're right on point,
But
got
when
it.
he's done acting, he
Right.
can move and act.
Right.
Then we all defend if there's anything coming at us.
Okay. Since you guys have handily taken care of the first two, he will step out to here, and he will take a shot with a disadvantage against them. Go ahead and make a roll.
Yeah. So would that end up being 2 die?
It would be a 2-die roll.
Okay. He got a 2.
No, that's not
swung
gonna hit
over
you.
his head.
So a giant attack falls a miss.
And
he
he's still
stomped,
bleeding.
he stomped on this thing. It is definitely dead.
I should have healed him with the priest. My bad. Maybe next time.
All right, so we need last that.
Now it's defense phase. So from top to bottom, do we have anything to defend?
Yes,
Anything
you
to
have one. No, they all took defensive options in this round, so they have no other things. They didn't
So-
throw any
so we're not
javelins or
defending?
so no defending. He
Not
goes to
even
Mon-
the wizard?
Nope.
Okay.
He drew mana, so it goes to Monster
Mambo.
Mambo.
Yeah.
So at this point, then the wounded guy goes.
I got to remember
he will
Jean
shift
drew
to
mana
here,
too, so she's ready to pounce.
and these guys are going to go 2 and also get in here to finally finish this dude off with a wounded. This one has expired, so these guys all leap into charge into getting you ready. 1, 2, 3. They're all
known
charging,
allies. Oh,
which
nice.
means with a charge ability they can move 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Nice.
and make an attack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So we would have had 1 defense had we not killed one of the bigger frog creatures.
1 defense.
Yeah, but you said
Yes,
it was
yes,
an
he would have.
attack,
He
but
was
we
going to
killed
attack, but you killed him, and that's it. The wizard. 2, 3, 4, and he will fire a spell.
Nice. So we have to defend the spell plus all the melee.
Right. He's going to cast a spell. Let me see.
Would that be us defending against our?
It'll be 1. He's going to pick a target. At this point, since he cannot really see the mage directly, he's going to think that your large warrior is more likely the main problem. So he's going to fire a spell at him. You get to make a mental save with an advantage die.
You want me to do that during the mambo?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I take that back. It will happen
On my defensive
Yeah, because
phase?
you guys still have the advantage
So
on the defense.
after our actions, when I say we're time to defend, we'll remember that he's getting hit
That's
by
correct.
a mage
That's
and
correct.
possibly 1 or more of these guys.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, these 3 have basically charged.
Another attack.
They will, if you do not, if they are able to attack, they will have an advantage on this, an ease die on this attack against you, because this is what the little special is. Now they're not very large or particularly scary, but nonetheless, just letting you know.
Okay. So
Because
now
they
it's
have reach.
our action phase.
I take that back. They attack first because they have reach, which means they have a +1 on their combat actions.
So
and
we're
they are the
defending
same.
first.
So you're actually defending first.
Okay, let's go. Does Gab have anything to defend?
Who are you looking at? Yes, he does.
1?
He has 1 attack. Each one of them is getting 1 attack.
Okay. So he's defending. He needs a 15 to avoid this. Let's see. And he gets hit.
Okay, take 4 points.
All right. That would be a glancing blow. Next up, we have Sam. He's defending from the spell and this guy.
And go ahead.
Do you want me to roll versus the spell first?
No, because the spell will
Okay.
come afterwards because it doesn't have the advantage of being a reach pull weapon.
All right. So he's trying to avoid getting hit. He needs a 13. And he misses as well.
He takes also 4.
And he's wearing, he's using a shield and hide armor, so he's getting a glancing blow out of this.
The shield is large. It's a large shield.
It's absorbing 2, so it must be medium size or large. Yeah, it's not, it's
yeah,
not
it's
a
large
tower
shield.
like
So
him.
he's taking 3 points. That wasn't a glancing blow. You actually took 1 actual point.
Okay.
And then the last
Next.
one is your rogue.
Well, let's see. Does Jean have anything to defend?
And not at this point.
Okay. And
But
then
he's not under. She's not under attack. And the spell comes. There's nothing.
Yuli's
to-
not under attack?
No.
The scout's not under attack?
No. Well, maybe, but not from the people in the front with the pole weapons.
Okay. Well, I'm just going, I'm making sure everyone gets their defense. I don't want to miss out.
Got it. Here.
I got to do the mages.
We'll do that after. No, that after you guys. Remember, he doesn't have these. This is the point that they have a pole weapon, and they're making a spear charge.
Okay.
So you still need to make the rogue's defense.
Okay. Rogue's defense. She needs a 10. And he got a 6, so he gets hit.
He gets it for 4 also.
4 minus 1 is 3.
That's not a rogue. Is it a rogue?
Yeah.
Or is it a scout?
It's a rogue.
Okay.
We should interrupt. This is my scout.
Got it. Okay. So that
So
goes
now
there to go. Now there's
we
one
have
other
to-
here. No, the 2 against the giant.
Against the giant, yeah.
So go ahead and make his defense. There.
Giant's defending.
Mm-hmm. He's
Is he outnumbered? So
he is outnumbered, so he's actually got a disadvantage die, difficulty die.
so he gets a 9.
He gets hit again. Hold on a second, just want to see how big our roll is doing. Yeah, so he took another. He's getting pretty bloody.
And then the next guy's hit
One
him.
more. Yep.
Get rid of the 9. 6 is no good.
So he's in bad shape.
And then now we're on the third of 4.
No, those don't. They don't have the charge ability that the little guys have. They had to move in. These
Okay.
guys were able to make their charge.
You still have to deal with her spell.
That's correct. It's still it's now falls to you.
This is versus his mental or what?
Still falls to you first. You have the first action because these guys got an advantage. These 2 did also because of their little charge attacks.
Trying to keep it simple, we all acted. Now we're all defending. And I'm assuming this spell's coming in our defense.
No, because of the fact that we had weapons that were giving these individual creatures a special ability to have an additional attack. That was what
So
did
now
that.
we act and we have
Right,
another
these
defense
guys,
round.
and then you'll have a secondary defense for the rest of the people that are left, depending on who's still
That's going to
breathing.
be crunchy, bro.
I know it, and that's why I did it. I mean, because I wanted to show that obviously the rules don't have to be just
this is the deal. Everybody acts, everybody defends, Mambo.
right.
And when it's everybody act, I pick things I want to do. And when it's everybody defend, that's when all the creatures do what they want to do.
That's correct.
But you're carrying in with a spell a special.
Not with the spell,
Oh,
with
they
the
got
little,
to
with,
jump in
exactly.
front.
That was their special ability that they attack faster. Thusly, they become,
Okay.
even though they're not very huge, they have a distinct advantage. That's the idea when you're designing creatures, that you can put in specials that sort of bend or break the rules, depending on what you think they do. That was
so
the whole
after we
idea of the
act,
jump.
we're gonna have another defense
That's
round,
correct.
which has her spell in it.
That's correct. After you guys have done all of your actions, any of the others that are still there. So if your wizard kills that wizard there, or or whatever,
Right, and she
then there may
could,
not
too.
be a spell.
Okay. Gavin is going to continue to take a degree of difficulty in order to give the fighter Sam a degree of ease on his defense.
Okay.
So
Now
he's done.
that's perfectly fine, but since he's already taken his attack this turn, unless it's from something else like a spell, which is going to be. So you're going to give him a degree of the shield. You're going to try to block whatever spell is coming in with the shield against it, because that's the only defense he's going to have to make.
That's fine. He's
Perfectly
just
good.
protecting. He's just doing what he's staying in his
Right.
lane.
Got it?
The fighter is going to try to kill this guy.
Got it.
And he has share the pain, so he might
Might
be
kill
able
them all.
to do.
Might kill them all.
Might kill them all. All right, he's in his lane, and it's 1v1v1. So 9. He misses.
Now I have a magical question before you pick all that. Before you pick that up, did you not throw a bless that was successful?
Yes, but I used it on the previous round. I wasn't carrying
Got
it
it.
over.
I see. Okay.
Because that would be too confusing.
Understand? It doesn't carry over. right?
Remember, if everyone has their own character, it might be a little easier.
No. It is. It is. It is when you're trying to run everybody's character.
Okay.
I mean, we've got at this point like a DM and
1,
7
2,
players.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that mage, if my mage were to attack her, is at 3 levels of range. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's
Well,
20
and
feet,
she
40
doesn't
feet.
have a staff.
No.
Okay. Yeah, that's 3 levels of range.
So-
that's pretty tough.
Let's not do that.
Okay.
Let's move into.
Now she could move
I know she's
and
gonna move.
potentially shorten the range a little.
I think she's gonna move up here
Mhm.
and hit this guy with basic range.
Got it.
Because it's 5, 10. Yeah, so if she tucks in here,
Mhm.
she can whack him and maybe hopefully finish him off.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. No mods. So she has no. She has much. Actually, one difficulty because
Because of the range, but
That's
she
it.
gains it
Because
of the cook.
cook. You're right. There we go.
All right.
What spell is she firing?
This is a fire spell.
Got it. Fire away. Frog, more likely gonna like a fire spell. Ooh.
All right. So with mages, they get the overroll 1.5 times.
Correct.
So we are at 16, which is 7 over. Half of 7 rounded up is 4. So we got 11 points of fire damage.
The frog ignites in a pillar of fire and crumbles to the ground. The giant seems all of a sudden kind of perplexed as he looks around to see the frog dying, which is a good thing, and wondering where this giant fireball came from. But that was a good spell.
Nicely done. Okay, we got the bard is going to try the inspiration. Again.
Okay.
He's new, he's scared. And this time he pulls it off. Everyone gets a degree of ease on their next action. And that's a good reason to have him go first. But we're not set up that way. So the scout's inner lane and takes the degree of ease from the inspire. And goes over here. Tries to shoot her.
Okay.
With this, do I lose one for the sneaky?
No, your range is pretty close. It looks like you don't really have.
It looks kind of clear. If he was taller, maybe.
Yeah, they're not.
Okay.
So I'm going to say that's a pretty clear shot.
So 9's a win. Let's see, with 4 die, that's 2 degrees of ease.
That's a pretty good shot.
We're hoping. It doesn't look great.
Wow.
Oh no!
8? Did you miss?
I missed.
That's pitiful. With 2 degrees of ease, you missed that shot.
It's like getting nervous.
Yeah, they're scared.
Young adventurers.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what happens when
Now
you get
the
newbies.
priest is going to. The priest is tucked back here.
Yes.
He's going to try to heal and battle the troll.
You better get closer than that.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
I can get next to him, right? Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yep.
And it's in battle, so he's got to roll it, but he's in his lane.
Yep.
Tier 3 heal if he pulls it off.
Did the bless come too?
Is he going to get bless on his?
Isn't it bless on? Is it only on the next combat roll?
No, it's on the next action.
So then he had a bless. That was 1 up, and then he
So I'll
had
throw another die.
1 degree. No, and a 1 degree of difficulty. You said, or no degree?
No, it's in his
fire
lane
away.
plus this one, which didn't help, but that's okay. 15, and he needed with mental a 10.
Okay.
So he's got some heal for the.
And what level are those heals at?
He's a tier 3 healer.
And then go ahead and give me the tier 3 heals. He have 15 dice to roll
15. You got it.
from the badly wounded giant who you can see parts of his. Yeah, he's pretty beat up. He might not have lived another round.
So that's 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15. 5s and 6s. 1, 2, 3. He gains 3 health and 1 for the long rest, if that applies.
Yeah.
So anyway, he got a
That
little bit of
applies.
healing there.
Well, he did. He seems a little less wounded.
Hopefully, he knows that the effort was put forth.
Well, he sees
That's all.
The priest is right behind him.
You know what? Rogi's just gonna attack.
Okay.
He's got some daggers, and he's in melee, which is better for him.
Yep.
And but the problem with him is he's not really in his lane. He's not really a fighter type.
Yeah.
But he failed.
Well, he didn't.
2
At
is
least he
not
didn't
good.
fumble.
No, he didn't. 2 is a fail, but not a fumble.
Yep.
Okay, so now we're on
The secondary monster attack.
yes.
Okay, we have 1 defense with the giant against this guy.
And he's outnumbered still. Right? Or maybe
He's outnumbered, but not
Yeah.
overwhelmed. No, yeah, he's outnumbered. There's nobody else on that thing. So,
he failed 1.
all right. So he takes another hit.
Hopefully that little bit of healing.
It did actually.
So
A little
wait,
bit of
that-
healing kept him from croaking.
Next one.
It's now. Do you have anybody else left? Well,
Her spell has to hit
oh, I
him by
didn't.
now.
I didn't. Well, yeah, you need to make a mental roll with 2 advantage dice.
All right, that's what I thought was coming. And this is for my fighter.
Yeah.
He didn't have much of a
Yeah,
middle.
he's having to toss that spell a little farther. than he would
Left-handed
like
for good luck, and he makes it by 1.
Woo! He realizes that it was some kind of horrible mental impairment, but he made his spell, and he wasted it a little bit there, but that's the way it goes. All right, so now the giant, realizing that he's in bad shape, takes a swing, which you
Yeah.
can go ahead and make,
Yeah, he's.
at the creature that is...
Does he have any?
He is not... He has no negatives on his attack at this point, other than the fact he's hurt, so he gets a full 3 die because he's in his lane, and he's going to try to womp this dude.
12 should do it.
It does.
All right.
And the giant hits him doing an addition. You notice that it seems like he's doing more damage because the cleave just cuts through this guy, killing
He
him
has his blade back.
dead away. And it shares the pain.
Nice. A fighting troll with a.
Well, yeah,
enchanted
it's not a
weapon.
troll, it's an ogre.
Oh, he's an ogre.
Or giant, actually. He's not an ogre, he's a giant.
So he was
And
last to act for
He's
us.
the last to act a group. It goes back to the top of the hit parade for the creatures.
I would say it would be defensive now, or are we back to Mambo?
It's back to Mambo.
Okay.
At this point, I think they're all the what's left of the mage is going to realize that more than likely Ollie Oxenfree is the best idea,
Okay.
and they are going to flee, which means they're going to try to disengage from you and run. So go ahead and make you have a chance to attack them if you have a physical attack, and you take a disadvantage. You have one difficulty die as they leave. The giant doesn't quite get it, so this one gets away.
Okay. So this one gets away too because Gavin's just defending.
Got it.
Now the fighter gets a shot with a difficulty to that guy.
That's correct.
Okay. Drop the 7 is a no, and the rogue same with difficulty. So they get away.
Okay.
They bounce away.
So 8. Oh no, 6 because
My scout might hold the bow, seeing that they're running.
They have screwed, and you have won the encounter.
Yeah.
Now, because of the giant that seems to be on your side, this is not going to be much of an encounter, which you guys already have sort of seen. But I would say that, not up to your level. So you're going to get 5 pop points for each of the players that they got. Not really a challenging encounter. But the point I wanted to make here is this is how quick a battle normally lasts. So this was not a tiny battle. I mean, you have a lot of characters, and it might have gone a little faster if everybody had their own character, so we didn't have to sort of debate and whatever. But I wanted the players to sort of see, and we're going to try to do a lot of this to give you an idea of how the fights go, and how the level of monsters go. Now, to give you an idea, these were not a really huge party. The larger frogmen were 3rd level, the small frogmen were 2nd level, and the wizard was also 2nd level, so not a real heavy challenge for a party, especially ones with an admittedly badly wounded giant. At this point, your wizard realizes that the axe that the giant is carrying is likely magical. It seemed to have properties that kind of glowed when it attacked. Now, what that did or what it is, hard to say. Now, the giant is badly injured, so if he was to have a mishap right now, it's possible that magical item could fall into your hands. Again, that's your sense of it. Although the wizard just kind of whispers, axe might be magical. It might be worth a lot of coin if we were to, have this giant fall over accidentally.
How about if I do this? I'm going to take my priest versus my rogue to see what type of alignment we're going to go here.
I don't think you need to roll.
Priest has a 17, rogue has an 8, so the priest convinces the rogue not to be evil to the troll and take his weapon. Let's just...
Not that you could use it, and it isn't a troll, it's a giant.
It's a giant.
All right, they flee, and I say at this point, unless you wish to shoot them, it's still not going to acquire you.
Would it be a Fomorian or maybe more? No,
you don't know. I mean, you've run into Fomorians, and you know he could be a Fomorian, but it's very likely he doesn't seem to have that Fomorian obnoxious air
from
that
the
you hear
bedtime
about.
stories we've been told.
Most
of my guys think it's a giant.
Yeah, he basically is a giant, and he looks pretty primitive, and he doesn't seem really bright. Now, he may have been a Fomorian at one time. He may be the descendant of a Fomorian.
Does he want to scurry off into the woods, or does he want to hang out?
At this point, he kind of looks around and kind of seems to chuckle that, thanks for help. You drove them off with me. That's good.
Friends.
Oglok, can Oglok help you in any manner?
Do you know of any hiding places, places with treasure inside, anywhere near?
Oglok knows of a cave that has lots of old dead bones and kind of worthless human crap, or maybe elf crap. Is that what you're looking for?
Point us in the direction.
He goes, yes, I could do that
if you would.
I would join you in the attack on anything that would be there, but in all fairness, I am kind of badly wounded right now.
You need to take care of yourself.
I need to basically get back to my cave.
Can we escort you back to your home so you can rest?
Ooh, make a roll, because I don't know whether he's going to try to in dog.
Of course, with ease, because I'm doing my join the cause fighter. He's the one doing all the talking.
All right.
12.
Oh, he does. He goes. Oh well, then we are brothers at Bashing, and
Bashing brothers.
If you want, I can take you back to my little cave, and we could rest there, and then maybe in future I could join you on escapade after I take a, well, not this time, maybe a month or two off. I am kind of beat up.
Well, he knows. Does he know where we live? We can point out maybe if we're not too far, or we can escort him back to his home, let him rest, and if he needs us in the future, he can come on by.
Sounds perfectly good. He will do that. You can put down that his name is Ogla, Ogla, and he is a kind of old hill giant. He does have some sort of magical weapon that you guys are aware of. He's wounded, but he doesn't have a whole lot of what you would call lingering wounds, as if somehow he had a resistance. So it seems like you think he might really only need maybe a night or two, maybe a couple days rest, a good meal, and whatever else. You could even take him back to your village potentially if you want, and maybe introduce him to the others now. The problem with that is you come back with a giant, it's very likely what people are defending the town might shoot at you with arrows, but just a thought. Or maybe you want to go back. But he goes back. He just seems like he was out foraging for food. You get back there, you see a dead deer that he looks like he's going to eat. He looks like you find a couple more frogmen dead here. So it looks like they attacked him. The battle sort of spewed out into the open, and he didn't realize how many there were, so he still kind of got overwhelmed. They ran initially when they heard you, and you guys basically helped him. So you have an advantage now on any diplomatic roles with him, with your group, and something to note for your item. Cool. Role-playing add-ons like this are really good and beneficial for getting players to do stuff.
Ease